And I'm floating in a most peculiar way. I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Okay. Here's where we were. And my A and B are backwards. Why? How did that get backwards? Oh dear. It's always something. How are A and B backwards? Is anything else wrong? Why didn't it remember my start button's not working either? How did it mess up all of my controls? Like all of them. At least L and R are right. Okay. That feels right. So here's Metroid Fusion. I don't remember what we were doing last, but there is a map to tell me that information. Oh yeah, Ice Missile. Ice Missile's fun. You already told me what to do, and then I guess I saved after that. Hopefully someone begins watching soon. Just centering that on my screen. But if not, I'm just going to enjoy myself playing Metroid Fusion in silence, I guess. You need to download data for the Ice Missile upgrade, but as you might expect, the data room here is secure. Level 3 security hatches are yellow. Release the security lock and download data as usual. And experiment with those new missiles. They will be helpful. Is your objective clear? You know what to do. Go to it. There it is. Ah, look at that. Oh, we're having a little trouble in this view, Drew. That's okay, though. Oh, wow. I don't think it can handle this many sprites. That helped a little bit. I guess I should go back and kill that other monster before to make sure. The dark side of emulators. Sometimes they just can't handle things that were just fine on console. Yeah, I'm sure that was a number of sprites problem, because now it's running fine. Oh well. Oh wow, okay. I guess this room's too full of things too. Well, you know, they say ice slows everything down, so... Cold, slow down, it goes all together, right? I have never seen a game, I've never seen the console or any other emulator have this much trouble rendering these rooms before. This is an impressive level of not doing it very well. I could switch to VBA, I guess, with the same SAV file, but then we just get that audio popping. Ugh. There's gotta be some emulator that can handle things as well as the GBA can on this computer, but apparently it's not this one. Oh yeah, I need to go fast here in the place where it's all slow. Oh well. Alright. Take it at a run. There we go. That'll kill some enemies. This room is not much better. Here's a mysterious thing. Here you need the lightning powers. But I won't be able to run that far. Won't be able to run far enough to run fast just yet in that room. So the whole entire puzzle is just go down here, pretty much. Ooh, that looks different. Here's the security room. Here's another cold room, which makes it ridiculously slow. I'm just going to do everything I can for that slowdown. It's just trying to render too many particles, I guess. Oh, come on. These guys that just decide to be invincible the first time they die are really irritating sometimes. Like that. It's like, no, wait, I want to turn into another enemy first. Then you can kill me. I'll go on and save. And we get back to here. Target's up that way. Look at this one-way door conveniently placed next to the data room. And then nothing happens. Nothing is destroyed. Ice effect added to missiles. Use it to freeze enemies. Everything's fine. This area is tough enough to get into and out of on its own without any X interference whatsoever. Oops, I messed up. I really messed up. Alright, it's time to demonstrate the usefulness of ice missiles. There it is. Here's the energy troll. And here's the real energy tank. Oh, hey, that's suspicious. When you want them to turn into something else, they are not invincible, and you have to be careful not to absorb them too soon. Oop. Yay, missile tank. Oops, didn't mean to do that. That's okay, that's not really where you want to go anyway. I don't think. Oh, maybe it is, yeah. Now we learn to use these things as platforms. And then we need to apply that knowledge pretty much right away. I do believe this is extremely clever, personally. Now this room isn't slowing down at all? What the heck? Why would it be okay now, but it wasn't okay before? That's just weird. Oh yeah, also there's this way you can go back up. So you don't actually have to do the lightning to get back. Anyway, it's awfully suspicious. You come all the way through this area and you don't see a boss, you don't see a Saw X, nothing tries to destroy it, but then there's that. Then there's that happening in the background. Something big, scary, and loud, flying around in the background. Wonder what that could be. And now this room's fine too. Why did it lag earlier? Oh well. There's our prize. And how do I get to it? Oh, there we go.
Emergency in Sector 3.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Emergency in Sector 3.
Yeah, emergency. Sounds like I should probably do something about that. I'm gonna recharge my energy and save first.
Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3. Emergency in Sector 3.
What's going on, computer? Emergency in Sector 3. The area could melt down soon. It seems the main boiler's cooling unit is malfunctioning. This could easily destroy the entire research station, as it would likely trigger the auto-destruct explosives. We have about 6 minutes. Why do you have auto-destruct explosives on a research station? Why do you have that? No, 6 minutes. Sector 3 can access the control room to the side of the main boiler room. Most of the systems in Pyre are down because of this. Again, we know who to blame. The Saw X must have hacked into the system control file. Yeah, sure. What impressive intelligence. There's little time. Hurry to the control room in Sector 3.
6 minutes to main boiler explosion.
Why does it have that programmed in? Did they just anticipate somebody trying to blow up their main boiler at some point for some reason? Like, why would you have that programmed into your computerized voice as a thing that it can say? I mean, I guess it's a dynamic computerized voice that can just say whatever it wants. Who knows? Don't need to talk to you, I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go deal with that emergency. Oh, come on, you didn't even give me... where am I going? Okay. So I want to go down and to the right. Pretty sure I just want to go down this way. So yeah, welcome to the part where you need to blind navigate some area that you haven't been to before. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my destination is just over this way. Yeah, this is it. This area is nice and hot. 5 minutes. That's not good. Hooray for ice missiles. Yeah, I was pretty sure I could make that jump. Come on. No, I wanted you to be frozen. I'm not doing a good job at this. Come on. No, don't unfreeze. Over here. That little bitty platform there will fall underneath, and you have to do this whole room over again. Which is just great. Also, that platform falls too. Yep, that it is. Here we are in the main boiler. I have 4 minutes to go. I didn't go up the right way. Generally, the thing is, any Metroid game time sequence is really kind of cosmetic in nature. I mean, to be fair, some of this area seems to have melted. And the thing is, even if you went here by, like, cheating before the emergency time or something, it would still be... Yeah, why does a research station have self-destruct explosives? Why? I'm just getting hit all over by this one. There we go. Be mine. Wide beam. Beam widens. I never would have guessed. This is a bit of that strange kind of linearity that Metroid Fusion has, where, you know, there are actual events that happen to the station. I guess so, yeah. Like, there are actual events that happen to the station and you have to deal with them in a timely manner, more or less, or they lock you out of areas that you might otherwise be wanting to explore with your shiny new abilities. I have SpaghettiOs for my shots now. I'm sure I've heard that joke somewhere else. I didn't make it myself. I'm always impressed in Metroid games how ice beams and missiles just kind of... Hello. I'm playing Metroid Fusion. So we just solved the emergency that was in Sector 3. I'm always impressed in Metroid games by how ice is capable of defying gravity. Like, if you shoot something with ice that's either flying or in the middle of a jump and it just falls. I mean, it doesn't fall. I'm using the wrong word exactly. It just stays there floating in midair. Just magically, because I guess that's what ice does in this universe. I mean, maybe it's not really an ice beam and it's just got ice-like effects to it, but really it's secretly a time-freezing beam. That's the only explanation I can think of. Of course, AM2R fixed that. They gave you an ice beam that really feels like an ice, that really does what you think an ice beam might actually do to enemies, which is immediately kill most of them. And also let gravity drop them to the ground. It's great. Oops. Of course, with the order I'm planning on playing through games, I won't get to AM2R for a really long time. It's worth mentioning that it's a great game anyway. And it's free. So here's this door I didn't explore because there was a timer. This room is tricky. I don't remember, but I know there's a trick to it. No? Okay. I must be thinking of a different room. Or I'm thinking of a different trick. Maybe there's another exit to this room? Yeah, that's it, okay. I knew there was something about this room that always gets me sometimes. Always sometimes gets me. Can I get up here? I can. And I think... Yeah, look at that. I needed to go up that way. Ah! Look at that. This game just loves trolling you with with those fall platforms. All the time. It has like 5 or 6 of those troll platforms back in the Emergency in Sector 3 section. I just know where they are. I'm so used to navigating around them. Oh, check it out, another free energy tank. I already got the one that had a mimic by it. So we missed that. If you weren't watching a few minutes ago, you missed that. Yeah. Honestly, it's amazing just how much trolling Metroid does to the player. And we just sort of accept it for the most part. It's because a lot of the other game design is good. And I mean, it does heighten the tension in time section that happens in. It forces you to figure something else out. I mean, to be fair, like, mechanically, the idea of that room was you use the ice missile to hit those enemies so you can stand on them. But those enemies need something to stand on themselves, so they kind of needed an enemy-only block for them to stand on, and so that's what they used. I mean, it makes sense, it's just if you don't realize that's what's going on, which you won't the first time you're playing the game, then you end up dunked in lava. So, I don't know if you were watching, but a few minutes ago we went through the Arc sector. The data room was perfectly fine, nothing broke. We just went a little loop and we got our data. And then on our way back we saw a big scary shadow loudly zooming by in the background, which I'm sure won't come back to bite us all at any point in the future. So I took care of the emergency. What's next, computer? Oh yeah, actually, here's a room I can go to that I couldn't go to before. Now I have the Varia suit, and this place is free game. It's just, you know, there's this stuff going on. Like, if I shot that guy as he was jumping upside down in the air, then he would just stay floating there. Oh, careful. You have to watch out for those, I don't know, fire bolts? Oh, just barely made it. Okay. Missile? Missile. There's more to this room, but I can't actually do anything with that more just yet. Or can I? Just as a note, check this block out. Check this block out. Check that block out. No, I can do more in this room. Okay, never mind. I thought this was a different room, or I'm thinking of a bit farther along, but for now I can totally, you know, if I actually stop at the right time, I can go up this way. Look at that, energy tank up there. How do I get to it? And here's this weird kind of little trolling passage that you can't go through. definitely want that energy tank, but I'm not sure I can get it yet. Okay, that block stayed gone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really confident that I can get that energy tank with what I have right now. I mean, I might just be missing a puzzle component. Maybe I have just enough room. No, this is not enough room to run. Can I jump up here from down there? I can't. Okay, I'm about 90% sure that I need space jump to get that. But it is interesting that you can actually see that before, way before you have the abilities to get it. Does lava actually do that? Whatever it is that that does. I mean, how do you freeze the rocket boosters that those creatures have? In, like, as ice, as fire? Fire turned into ice? It's kind of weird. So like the first 3 IX are mostly just fighting the IX itself, if not entirely. The X mimicked a crew member. It all makes sense now. The X can absorb the memories and knowledge of their prey. What an astounding find. HQ was very impressed. But don't you find it strange? This could have destroyed the station with the X in it, not to mention the Sa-X. Unusual for a self-preserving species like the X, unlike all those self-destroying species that exist. Unless your presence is an even greater threat, a threat to the existence of X elsewhere. This is only a hypothesis. Perhaps their survival instinct is in conflict with their newly borrowed intelligence. Don't let your guard down yet. The X are still a threat. Samus, I see biosigns on the habitation deck. Survivors? The infected crewman you saw had survived until recently. Maybe there's a chance the signs emanate from here. Is your objective clear? I have just restored power to the main elevator. Use it to return and look for any survivors. So despite what the computer says, and kind of some of the clear evidence of the game, my personal idea of what might have happened, of one possibility, is that that guy was not actually fully under the control of the X when he turned on the system. I mean, okay, the main boiler has been overridden already, like 3 or 4 minutes before we got there, and that guy was still standing there at the controls typing on them. Why was he doing that if he already accomplished what he wanted to accomplish? So my concept is maybe there are some human survivors hiding somewhere the computer doesn't see, and that was one of them, trying to destroy the X, but then he got taken over by the X, and then the X was trying to fix it but didn't know how. Or just got really close to doing it when Samus interrupted, and then fixed it herself. That's a possibility, I would say. I mean, you know, nothing in the game supports it, but it's an interesting headcanon or theory, isn't it? Tying into my concept that you could make a horror game, or story, taking place in the same station at the same time, that would be maybe one of your human survivor characters. Some kind of scientist guy who goes and tries to destroy the X that way, and ends up taking over, killed, etc. I don't know. Alright, we just let the X in here. Hope that's okay. We can't go up that way yet. Come on, you. This is a nice little navigation puzzle I never remember the right way to do. So we can go down here, but that's not any good. I need to go up another step. But these only appear from the bottom, so you have to go all the way up anytime you go down. Anytime you come out from a non-bottom floor, you have to go all the way down to come back up. I mean, I guess you probably shouldn't be praising or impressed with your evil alien enemy creatures. It's probably not a good thing, you know. Okay, over here is the lightning button, the lightning blocks, so we need to go running. That takes us down here to this missile tank, and then I think I have to start over again, because that is not the way to get where I'm actually trying to go. And I didn't go far enough. I should have made him slinky out. Come on, get out here. Dang it. That'll do a little better. Oh, come on. Ah, my timing is horrendous. There we go. One more missile and he would have been dead. I'd have to leave the room and start over again. Anyway. So I'm pretty sure... Oh wait, I remember. Okay, I forgot the joke of this place, which is that what I did earlier is what I was supposed to do, except you just go over here. There's just a passage here that's not clearly marked at all. I mean, there's a hint, but it's not on the map or anything. There's kind of a visual hint, you can sort of see the passage there, but you just have to guess that there's a passage there, or know already. Anyway, I'll pip some bops here. Gate open. Here's, I don't know, like a chocobo? What's that? Emu, and some alien squirrels. Yeah. Anyway, bye. I guess not, really. There's nothing. I don't feel like saving right now. Etacoons and Dakuras. I've met these intelligent beings before. They seem to recognize me as well. How unusual to meet again here. In the past, they've helped me unleash abilities I didn't know I had, but where did they run to? I hope they're safe. So, if they recognized her, that means that they're from the whatever the heck planet in Metroid 3. So, that means that in addition to this just being a place where they keep things from SRX, or whatever it's called, SR388 or whatever, they also just decided to go to whatever planet you go to on, I think it's Zebes, they just decided to keep the things you save from Zebes here too. I guess if you did save the animals. SGDQ. So the survivors were not human. Most unfortunate. We can now confirm the deaths of all crew members. I imagined this was the case, but I had hoped it wasn't so. I believe the X only infected the humans for knowledge. That form is too weak for battle. I'm sure the others were merely food for the X. Samus, I think they are evolving, growing stronger. That's not how evolution works, but I'll give it a pass because you're a Nintendo game, and Nintendo made Pokemon, so... Some are appearing that resist your current weapons. HQ anticipated this and sent power-on data as soon as the hardware team finished it. Is your objective clear? Download it immediately. Our choice of data rooms is limited to this one in Sector 5 ARC. Yeah, I guess that's possible. I don't know why else... Like, it takes them a while to get back to... It takes those animals a while to get back to the ship, to get over to the ship, and there's X all over the station, but they don't go after them. And they're not particularly strong or anything, so it's not clear how else they survive besides just being immune to X. Anyway, go now. I mean, unless they just have Metroid DNA in them. Oh, this is not where I want to go. We already saw Ridley here. There's nothing to see there right now. but we'll be seeing Ridley again in there, eventually. By the way, I could have, but I didn't. I guess I just forgot, or I came out here a different way, but if you... Oh yeah, also, the Saw X was so kind as to open this passage over here. And, Alright, I'm gonna be fancy about this. Oh. Thanks, Saw X, for the extra missiles. Anyway, down we go. Alright. Back to Sector 5. Back to Sector 5. I was trying to get the glowy elevator all the way down, but I didn't stop it exactly in the right place. Oh well. I already know where the navigation or the data room is. Anyway, you've been to this data room before, but I'll show you its position again. So earlier we went all the way around this big cycle to unlock the yellow doors and then go through the data room. Nothing happened. Nobody destroyed it. Nothing. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now move out. So, second time, what happens? Let's just go to the data room. Oh, also, for some reason, the emulator freaked completely out and ran really, really slowly in some of the rooms in this sector, and then it was fine afterward. After I downloaded the ice missiles, it was suddenly fine. So we're gonna see what happens now. Anyway, the joke here is that there's nothing to bomb, you can just jump through this one spot. I don't know why they would design it this way, but at least being able to shoot... This game really teaches you to just shoot at all the walls, because even if there's not destructible stuff, sometimes they're just not real walls, and you can only tell by shooting through them, or just walking through them and knowing they're there. Okay, this room's fine now. Also, the shadow figure is out there having fun. Having fun doing whatever it is it's doing back there. I'm sure we don't need to worry about it, though. Everything is probably fine. There's some exits to this room you can't get to yet. An event will have to happen later to let me through them. Yeah, here's the room. This room was running really, really slowly before. I don't understand. It's just working now. Now it's just working. I guess the emulator had to, like, pre-calculate or something? Anyway, I don't even need to go down here. The data room's right over there. So, second pass. Is the data room gonna get destroyed? I don't know. Doesn't seem to be. Anyway, I have Power Bomb now. There's these suspicious rooms above these three that you just can't get to right now. I mean, there's not even a way to get up there. There's just a ceiling. Alright, so... Here's your second opportunity to get the stuff around here, but I already got this stuff. The spooky monster isn't there on your first time going in. And then the second time going in, and then you go out and it appears then. And then the second time going in, it's there, and then going out, it's there, and everything's just fine. Everything is fine. I'd like to remind everyone that everything's fine, and Saw X is definitely not in the room. So this room, tricks you. There's the Saw X next to me, right? You just got power bombs. If you hit this, if you use, if you just use regular bombs here, you see that, you think, oh, I should use a power bomb. You use the power bomb and the Saw X sees you immediately and starts chasing after you. Because those blocks that I went past to the right are also power bomb blocks. But you can just use the regular bomb and everything's fine. Saw X doesn't even notice you're there. I think it's like another little bonus for people who've played the game before. I guess it rewards clever play, because otherwise the Saw X will be chasing me all the way in this room. That's no fun. The power bomb in most Metroid games is basically the way to see what all of the blocks in the room are, because it'll immediately reveal if they're bomb blocks, it'll destroy them, if they're power bomb blocks, it'll destroy them. I don't need to go through the security room again, except that it's the only path out of here. This room also was slowed down before. Even missile or other blocks, the power bomb will show you what kind of blocks they are. It even shows off where all the fall down blocks are, which is great when you want to know where those are. Ah! These persistent X are so annoying. They flash white, which means you can't absorb them. Like that, see? And they just decide to turn into another monster before they'll let you kill them. It's very annoying. Yeah, save room. I'll not bother. Here's the thing you can use a power bomb on. So that means that I can also go up here. And to one of the toughest little puzzle rooms of this whole game. So check this out. You've got turtles here going back and forth. There's this big passageway you need a morph ball for. And then there's that. There's that power bomb. Now I'm going to show you the joke. That's where the fall down are. That's where the fall down is. So I need to be able to make it through that using the turtle as a platform, which means you need to be able to place it exactly right in both of these. So that one was just 3 wide, this is 4 wide, which means you need to be dead center exactly or else you're going to fall. And there we go. And now I have to start from the first one again. And I didn't even do that one right. I'm not pushing A at the right time to jump. This is what this room is. I've even seen speedrunners have trouble with this room. Oh, okay. Also, I'm in this situation now. This is what happens if you put him too far to the left. But you can still actually make it if you're good. If you're careful about it. So I think actually I want this guy a little farther to the right, maybe. And you can kind of catch the edge. And look at this! Look at this! If you don't realize this is here, you just fall, and then you have to do the whole puzzle all over again. This is the game trolling you so hard. I mean, it's also a convenient shortcut out, but mostly it's just more trolling. I'm feeling too impatient to bomb these, so I'm destroying the power bomb. Also, the power bomb apparently stuns the blue X's, but generally it sucks regular X's toward the spot that it explodes at. Which is really nice if you just want to collect some. I think it's actually... It might be my imagination, but I swear that thing is louder and more, like, frenzied each time you see it. Like, this time, I'm quite certain that it's making more noise than it was before. Which is a really nice, like, subtle touch if I'm actually not imagining it. But anyway, everything is fine. We can just leave the Arc sector. That data room is just fine. It's completely secure. Nothing destroyed it yet. Here's the exit that Oh, this is the way I got in, actually. We couldn't go in... I had to go in that way because there's yellow doors here the first time, and I hadn't opened the yellow security doors yet, so... We had to just figure out to go to that room. A little bit of a puzzle. Alright. This time, there's no emergency in Sector 4. Okay. What's happening? Samus, return to your ship. I have important information. That's awfully terse. I'm sure everything will be just fine, and nothing will break on the way to the ship. Yeah, I guess. It's not even information. He doesn't tell you information, he has a question. He wants to ask you about something. And so he tells you to come back to the ship, and then this happens. And now this is happening. The elevator just broke. All of the electronic noises stopped, which is good, definitely. Creepy music is playing. These things are a giant pain to deal with because they turtle up and you can't hurt them, but you can freeze them. Oh, also, here's Ridley. Hi, Ridley. What? Bye, Ridley. I guess Ridley's really dead now. Oh yeah, that's an interesting point. How are my colors weird? Whose colors are weird? Which colors are weird? Wait, do you mean Samus's colors? Samus's colors are always like this in Fusion. It's because she got, her power suit got torn up because the X's were in it, and then they had to fix it. And then, like, I guess they didn't really fix it, they just kind of left it that way. Oh, this is such a pain. I have to get rid of these things. It looks fine on my end, so I don't know... Is anyone else seeing weird colors? Because it looks fine on my end. OBS is showing perfectly normal coloration. Would you get out of that turtle mode? Oh, I guess you can just shoot them. Okay. Not as much of a pain as I thought. Well, that's because the power's out. What, you want the space station to be bright and colorful when the power's out? It's all... this area is like a maintenance tunnel or something. Like, probably people who work here don't even know this place exists, I bet. How do I get the items? There we go. Missile tank. I don't know, it looks normal to me. I mean, it looks like the game is operating as normal and like has the normal looking appearance. Anyway, I'm sure that that being a power bomb won't be important later. Okay, I'm back at my ship. What do you want? But yeah, I'll save my data, but what do you want? The main silo of the reactor core has gone offline. That's why all the elevators and station systems are down. Elevators and hatches won't work. This doesn't bode well. If you can get to this point, you may be able to start the auxiliary power system. Then we can figure out why the main silo went offline. Yeah, question? How do you know that's where the auxiliary power is if you don't have it on the map? If you don't have it on the map that you give me, how do you know that's where it is? By the way, I asked you to return here to tell you. Some strange creatures have boarded your ship. I confirmed that they were not X-hosts and gave them a berth. Do you know anything about these strange creatures? Were they the source of the healthy biosigns earlier? Very well then. Their presence in the midst of this disaster must have some significance. I will keep them here. So, like... healthy biosigns. Does that mean that X biosigns are magically not... are, like, not healthy intrinsically or something? Oh, also, little grasshopper enemy. Oh, that looks familiar, doesn't it? Well, doesn't that look familiar? Oh, I managed wall jumping. I can't believe I'm wall jumping. I'm so bad at this. And in Fusion, it's even harder than it is in Super Metroid. Anyway. And I did it in a completely useless place that's not helpful to do it in at all. So hey, I think I found the problem with the reactor core. I think maybe, just maybe, I found the problem with it. It looks to me like there are weeds. Like a lot of weeds in the reactor core. Just possibly. That's a thick door. That's a save room, but it's not working. I kind of like that. It's like the save rooms are actually treated as a system of the ship, which means that they don't work when the power is out. I just think that's a neat touch, is all. And now I can't do it anymore, now that I want to. There we go. I probably could have made that jump without a wall jump, but, you know. Alright, I guess I'm supposed to go this way. And... hi, space pirates. Much tougher than the ones we fought earlier. I think that, charge beam is more effective because it hits them 3 times at once. Also, this energy tank is the bane of 0% players' existence. You have to be very careful to intentionally avoid it, because it's right in your path and there's only 2 tiles of space above it to jump over it. You have to go this way, too. This is one of those ultra-linear sections of Metroid Fusion. Ah, these guys do so much damage. And this is yet another place. I probably would have been better off not killing that guy so he wouldn't make another of himself up here, but I was really hoping to get energy from him, but no, he just dropped missiles. Good. I think he just shot, so maybe I can... There we go. Oh, come on! Oops. I bet I took more damage than I gained. So this part is tough and a little bit unforgiving, because if you die any time between getting to the ship and turning on that reactor core, then you have to go back. Like, all the way back. Which way is down here? There we go. And here's another IX right there. Nothing too much to worry about. They die to ice missiles as easily as they do to super missiles. This guy doesn't give you much room to dodge him in, though. And guess what IX means? It means one of the hardest bosses in the game. That's what IX means. This freaking spider. This spider. I hate this spider so much because it does this. And this attack does so much damage, and it makes you wait. Oh, me too. You have to shoot in the mouth like 8,000 times before it'll die. And it does this over and over again, and anytime it touches you, it immediately does that grab attack. It also shoots fire, which makes it hard. Oh, that was close. The corners are like the only close thing to safe haven you've got. And even then, sometimes it'll catch you even if you're in the corner. This thing is just... ugh. And if you die to it, you have to go back to the ship and do the whole section I just did over again. Oh, it's purple. It's starting to die. Oh, is it going to catch me? It caught me. Yep. That's the kind of situation, that's like the only situation when the corner isn't safe. Is when it's like that. Oh, that was close. Oh! Yes! Phase 1 is over. Now it freaks out and starts shooting debris at you. Actually, I don't know, maybe it's puking up its legs? Those are like worms or something. I've never even noticed that what it's throwing at you is like worms. I wonder if I just keep doing this, will it die? I think this is the first boss in the game with the 3 phases. Like, every other boss has either 1 phase, which is just the eggshell, or 2 phases, which is the regular boss, and then the, the eggshell. But this one has 3 phases. Phase 1 is the awful grabby spider. Phase 3 is leaping all over the place, shooting worms at you apparently. And then Phase 3, after you did all that, now you have to contend with the shell that's really tough. Takes like 7 hits to kill. Ah, there we go. I feel so lucky to have killed that thing every time. Space jump. That's what it was displaying in Phase 2. I guess maybe they made Phase 1 and they were like, but this is the space jump boss, when's it gonna space jump? And then they were like, well, fine, here's a space jump for you. Anyway, now we deal with, now we get to turn on the power, which is great. That means that the save room works, at least. Here's a navigation room. Save rooms and recharge rooms are now back online, but with only auxiliary power, no elevators or hatches will work. Pop quiz: how would you feel about living in a house where the doors don't work if the power goes out? Without the main silo online, we're still stuck. I believe the source of the problem is the vegetation you saw earlier checking the reactor core components. Is your objective clear? Not really, but I'm gonna say yes anyway, because you'll just repeat yourself otherwise. We'll have to find the source of those routes to proceed. So he gave me a clear location to go to before. This time you figure it out. Find those routes. Oh, and also there's now bugs around all over this place. They're a real pain to deal with too. You can build back up your energy fighting them, but there's no point. I think there's a recharge room coming up soon. These things are tough. They take a lot of hits to kill. They are really, really painful to hit. Also, they're a flying version too. There's a flying version of them too. Oh, did that make an actual bee sound? I've never noticed that before. Those things make actual bug flying noises, which is even worse, honestly. Okay, so here's the place that we could not get to before without space jump. At least I really doubt we could have gotten here without space jump. So here's a place where it's really really tedious to destroy everything with regular bombs, so power bomb it is. So hey, these routes look normal. This is exactly what plant routes do, right? Looks like I gotta go down here. I'm gonna be standing up. Hi, Saw-X! Bye, Saw-X! So you can freeze the Saw-X with Ice Missile, but it's not very helpful to do so. I mean, it just delays her a little bit. I mean, look how fast she recovers from it. I don't think any other enemy in the game is able to recover that fast. Also, did you see that blind shot there? So this is like the only time, I think, in the whole game where it forces you to be seen by the Saw-X and then run away from her. Isn't she gonna... Okay, I swear there's somewhere where the Saw-X leaves the room, and then she just looks back in for a second afterward. Yet another little troll of the game. Anyway, oh look, I could go up there, I guess. Anyway, the way out of here is right here. But you can't go here because... you can't really do this while the Saw-X is on your tail because you have to shoot like 3 missiles downward to get this open. Maybe 4. It would be really tough to get down here with the Saw-X still chasing you. I'm not even sure it lets you, to be honest. Oh. Ah, well... Yeah, that figures. I died to a thing after the Saw-X section. That's just great. And I think there's a recharge station you can get to somewhere in that area. I just haven't yet when I was low health, and these bugs do so much damage. Oh well, it's time to do that again. This room is so tedious. Oh well, at least there's no surprise this time. I can just go. Stop! Red light! Red light! Red light, I say. Ow. Red light. Yeah, I didn't do a good job there. Yeah, the Saw X also does a lot of damage. This is just the part of the game where you're trapped in an area that's likely to kill you at all times. Yeah, the game does a really good job through its own gameplay making Saw X feel like a really scary monster. Because it does so much damage, and every time you encounter it, it's either playing this like really tense music if it hasn't noticed you, or this very like, oh no, the Saw X is here music if it's chasing you. I guess you can actually hear the Saw X walking down there if you're paying attention. Nope! Nope, 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 nope. Not this time. Nope. Ah, still this time. Ah, come on. Ah, this happens so much to me. I'll do something the first time and I'll do really well, and then I'll be forced to do it the second time and I'll just completely fail at it that time. Should I farm energy from these guys? I'm beginning to wonder if I should at least try to farm a little energy off of these bugs, just to be that much better at surviving. I don't know. These bees are hard to not just get hit by. Ah, see? Bees. Space bees from space. Okay. One more time. Let's not die this time. Okay, I think she's on the left. Nope, she's right there. Okay, I didn't get hit in room 1 this time. Let me just pump you with all the ice missile I've got. Okay. Room 2 is good. Nope. Ow. Okay. This time I might survive. I have 3 energy bars to get through the bugs with. I mean, for being a super smart, evil creature, it sure doesn't like to look behind walls. I wonder if somehow the X are missing the morph ball capability. Like if they just don't have that, so they assume that I don't have that? That seems like a plausible explanation for why she never looks behind things like that sometimes. Oh, this one. It's fine, I have like 100 missiles, it's fine if I spend some here. Better spend missiles than energy right now. Alright, how about... No, I'm pretty sure the power bomb doesn't even instantly kill these bugs because they're so strong. Oh yeah, that's right. So it does have morph ball, it just doesn't think, I guess? It's not really that smart. Do I have to... I think I have to free that guy because I'm pretty sure... Well, maybe I don't have to free him, but I'm pretty sure the way forward is over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, at least there's another save point over here I can use to not die. So does Powerbomb kill bugs? Yes! Okay, maybe I should just Powerbomb all the bugs to death. Oh. Okay, there is not actually save room this way because the power's out, so I can't get there. So yeah, if it's not clear, these bugs are exactly the ones that used to be weak little worms, and then they turned into platforms for a while. Now they're deadly bugs. Like bees and stuff. Hopping things, stinging things, swarming bugs. Awful. Here's a place I couldn't go to before and I still can't go to because it's grayed out. Because the hatch isn't working. Oh, that's not the right way either. Where am I going? You just kind of keep looking until you find a place with the open hatches. Oh, that was close. You almost got me there. So I guess I want to go down at this point. Ah, come on, baby. Oh, nothing but missiles. Ow! Where do I go? I honestly don't remember exactly where I'm going here. Maybe I should have gone up from here? Yeah, that's it. You just go up here. Oh, and here's a cheesy recharge room. You just use the power bomb and these things refill you a bit. Also, there's a power bomb over here. Here's the free save room. And I think there's a recharge room nearby. I might be wrong, but... I could have sworn there was one. I don't need missiles, I need health. Give me health. Space Invaders. Somehow these guys remind me of Space Invaders, I don't know. Well, this is the wrong way right now. At least I've confirmed it before going this way. Wow, come on, I got him. Here's another bug trapped in roots. I guess the X aren't working too well together at this point, because otherwise the roots probably wouldn't be trapping bugs. Here's the IX. Maybe I'm wrong about there being a recharge room and I'm just remembering getting some health back from this guy. So yeah, here's we goes. Oh, there's a hidden recharge room? I knew it was something like that. So this boss. This boss. This freaking boss, this is just awful. Everything about this. So it's like, it's just things coming at you to hurt you non-stop. And then when you hurt that thing enough, it starts also hurting you. Alright, now it's the pattern. Up, down, up, down. We're playing jump rope here. In case it wasn't clear, that pollen knocked me into the flowers, which also hurt, and also they're water, so they're hard to get out of. And now this happens, and those, whatever they are, hurt too. This doesn't seem like a natural thing for a plant to be capable of doing, but, I mean, I guess we all know why. So this is the IX that has an actual boss beforehand. And it is a nasty boss too. And it's in the middle of a section where you don't really have many, like, options. Oh here. It's gonna shoot, okay. The trickiest thing about IX is even when you hurt them, they still shoot you back. Anyway, I got Plasma Beam, so Beam now pierces through enemies. Which is absolutely wonderful, because those horrible bugs now die in one shot. Or not one shot exactly, but they certainly die much faster. And this room exists to let you know that. And also as a little bit of an extra feel after that boss. Anyway, I destroyed the vegetation, so the power's on. In case that wasn't clear from the hatches being open now. Where's that bug sound coming from? That's weird. Oh, you must mean just in... Yeah, that's what it is. It's like its damage per hit is weaker, but it does more hits as it passes through the enemy or whatever. I mean, I imagine that they did that on purpose. This is not the way I want to go. This is where I came from. So So I guess I'll go up there, since up there is a place that I... Oh, go away, you. You too, Space Invader. So up here looks like a new place that I haven't been to before. Here's the thing, in any Metroid game at all, you should be very suspicious when you come upon an empty blank room like this. You should be extremely suspicious that there's some other exit. Which is right here. You can't even get that by the power bomb, but the power bomb did reveal where the energy tank was. So I guess that's the energy tank for this boss? I don't know. The game does kind of shower you with energy tanks right around the time that you're having to deal with all this. So at least it rewards you for all the struggle you have to go through in this area. Oh dear. I could go back now, but I can't help but notice that there's some areas that I can go to now that I couldn't ever before, and I really want to check them out. Back over this way to the left. So let's just go there. It'll be easy to get back at least. So first of all, there's this room, which has water, but also a missile tank I just sort of ignored the first time around, I guess. The water will be important later. I don't think I can do anything with water now. And then there's also this room that was blocked off by a guy before. This is another ice missile puzzle, so to speak. I don't remember the constraints of it, but I do know that you can... There's another item down here, apparently. Oh, look at that. I need to enter that area from that shaft from somewhere else. Let's just power bomb and see what's going on around here. Okay, so my reward for solving this puzzle will be a power bomb and another item. A missile, I think it is. Honestly, I barely remember this one at all. I think the idea is to freeze the guy below, so you can stand on him and start a space jump. At the very least, I'm pretty sure that will work. If I can hit him at the right time, which was not when I hit him just now. And that's not it either. Okay, whatever. I need a safe place to stand while I wait for this guy to go somewhere useful. Okay, now I need to quickly get over here. What are you doing? Why wouldn't you get over there? Ah, you ruined everything. It just wouldn't let me go to the left. Oh well, I have 100 missiles plus, so I should be fine. Alright, maybe I'll just get these guys out of the way. Yeah, that's it. You just need to stand on that guy to get over here. Then you can freely have 2 power bomb tanks for your troubles. The thing is, power bomb tanks in this game are basically kind of a dummy prize. They exist entirely as completion parts for your 100% completion. In this game, there are literally 100 items that are not mainline, like main upgrades that you have to get. Like 100. If you total up the number of energy tanks, missile tanks, and power bomb tanks, that equals 100. And sometimes I can't help but feel like mostly the power bomb tanks just exist as, yay, I got another tank. And that's about it. So I could go back the way that I came back before, and I could go back the way that I was before, but I can also go back this way, and this way is a little bit closer, so we're going back this way. I kind of like how the plasma beam literally clips these things' wings too. It's kind of a nice little touch of cruelty you can add to your attacks. So like, this is kind of the part of the game where everything just goes bad. Just everything breaks that could possibly break, and it's clear that the station is basically unsalvageable at this point. I mean, there's weeds in the reactor core, there's deadly bee weapons all over the place. I'm 21 energy from dying. It's okay, there's a recharge room right up there, I just need to not die on my way there. Oh, I made it stop ringing. Oh, okay. That feels so nice after being almost dead. Now I'm going to check the room down below here to see if it's anything that I can interact with. And I'm pretty sure that it is. So I think... yeah, you can just jump over that with space jump. I think there's more to this room than meets the eye, though, if you look right there. Anyway. Alright, now to move on. Screw you, you almost killed me. Earlier. I guess that wasn't technically that enemy, but whatever. Okay, this is a great time to save, because everything is fixed, everything is fine, there's totally no huge monsters about to destroy everything. What? You've restored plasma beam functionality? Most unexpected. Yeah, that's not an ominous way to talk. Even so, continue to avoid the Saw X. It too may be stronger, and you still lack a few abilities crucial to survival. Wait a second, more trouble, hold on. ... I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the Arc data room. Aw, but that was such a nice data room. I was sure that it was secure forever. Samus, go to Sector 5. Is your objective clear? The damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. Translation, I'll find out what's causing it and then tell you when you get there. So the computer doesn't seem too happy that I have plasma. That seems suspicious. I mean, back near the beginning it was so concerned that I should survive, and so on and so forth, but now it's like, oh, you got power beam, you got plasma beam? That's unexpected. I'm sure it's fine though. Anyway. It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by the researchers who named it the Nightmare. Why would you ever keep something you nicknamed the Nightmare alive? I mean, yeah, it's a bioweapon, but whatever. Apparently it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. It possesses uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. We must assume that it's become an X-Host. We have no choice. We must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location. Is your objective clear? This thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station. Like, we've gone from, oh, the X are infesting this place and that place, to, the whole station is going to get destroyed pretty soon, life support's being, going down, there's monsters all over the place. Also, the music here is a little bit different from before, too. Like, the Ark had such a kind of peaceful theme before. Now, this place is looking a little bit more destroyed, I would say. Like right here. Things were not like this before. All the ice is gone. I mean, ice. All the glass is broken. The ice isn't gone. The ice is still there. So I know for a fact that this exists as a place to do a run-up for some shine sparking you need in this room, but I don't remember where you need in this room. Maybe just straight to the left? Yeah, perfect. Check out that efficient item gaming. Anyway, that's what that room's about. That's why this whole upper area kind of exists. Anyway. So yeah, this place has been wrecked like crazy. I would say it's not just the data room that Nightmare came along to destroy, but I mean, we knew that. Yeah, anyway, if it's not obvious, which I think it probably is, the Nightmare obviously was the thing that was flying around in the background earlier. And here's that area that we couldn't get to before, and here's the destroyed data room, and also a destroyed roof. So this door right here is the one we're used to leaving this data room from, and we can't do that anymore. It's just like, I understand that it's a military creature, but still, why would you keep a nightmare in existence at all? That just seems unwise. Like, if you name something a horrifying name, you should really expect that, oh, by the way, that's a fish pirate now. Fishy pirate, rare pirate, pirate fish. That's what happens if you destroy the fish in this area. They merge with the pirates and become fish pirate. Anyway, they'll do that if you don't destroy the pirates first. But yeah, this area is totally flooded. I'm not sure it's supposed to be. It's full of these awful purple pirates from before that are really tough and hard to kill. This area, there's stuff happening. Here there's just is a fish pirate, you don't see it get created anymore. There we go. Space jump, by the way, doesn't work underwater because, you know, water isn't space, I guess, is why. Hard science setting here, water is not space. I think I took a wrong turn because you need lightning here, and I can't lightning. I think maybe there's a way up here. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can understand keeping around a pet called the cheat, but I can't understand keeping around a creature called the Nightmare. So yeah, here's a power bomb. You can get for free for using a power bomb. And here's a save point for this boss. This is the first time since Ceres that the game just says, there's a boss, you need to go kill it. Kinda, sorta. And it's a lot less clear where it's even going to be, but at the same time, the game does really sort of direct you exactly where it is. Hi there. Alright, here's the IX, and then we get yet another troll from this game after this IX, so... It's like, yeah, the boss is totally in here. There's no boss in here. There's an E-tank in here, and the door closes behind you. There's no boss. And there's the joke. If you go straight for that E-tank, you fall and you hit the boss. And you don't get the E-tank. And it takes forever to get back here to get the E-tank. So yeah, here's the boss room. And here's the boss. He doesn't look happy to see me. And now for... So check this out. No, not yet. Oh, here we go. Check this out. Gravity manipulation. My missiles don't work anymore. So this forces you to use charge meter shots to hit the gravity manipulator thing. Also, he's crying green blood now, so that's good. I'm sure that that's a function that it's supposed to have. Alright, I destroyed the part that manipulates gravity. Now, there's his real face! Isn't he a looker? Oh dear. He's on top of me. Okay. For some reason, when he has the advantage by being right on top of me like that, he just decides he wants to go flying away somewhere else. I'm not sure I understand this behavior. I mean, maybe they were gonna fix it, but then they didn't. Like, they didn't get around to it before the whole X catastrophe. He looks really happy now, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he's really crying blood now, because that's some red I see there. Yeah, I don't know what rating this game has, but it's probably not enough for this thing's face. Also, Nightmare has kind of a weirdly chill theme for being Nightmare. This could really use like the OC remix treatment and have like a real dubstep version of this song. And it has some kind of nice bass kind of sounds to it. So yeah, all the mechanical components are gone. It's gray. It's a gray X. Look at how much of my energy is gone from fighting that thing. It's not a small number. So, can you guess what ability, if you're familiar with Metroid but not with this game somehow, this thing will give me? That's right, Gravity Suit. Move freely in water. What it doesn't tell you is that Gravity Suit also improves your defense, because it's like, you know, suits are armor, so... Also, it looks really neat. It's all dark and stuff. Alright. So now I can move freely in water. Specifically, that means that I can run in water, so now they can ask me to do running in water. The running, the lightning speed thing, speed booster. Oh, but I have to start my run up in the other room, because there's not enough space in that room. So here we go. That was not what I wanted to do, but that's fine. So yeah, you get the energy tank before the boss, then you're at full health for the boss, and you really want to be, because that is not an easy boss. He's really good at doing damage. And here's a room I didn't even bother going to before because I knew that you need to have the speed booster to go through here. And it wasn't... I didn't really call it out before, but earlier when I fell down into the water back around like this area right here, what else is showing up on stream, right? This is a one-way passage right here where I fell down here because they're fall blocks and you can't go up through fall blocks. So this is yet another part where the game like directs you as far as where you're supposed to go, and then it traps you behind some stuff, so you have to find your own way back around to a navigation. And this is pretty much the longest segment of that kind. And this is where it reveals that, hey, guess what? There's secret passages between all the sectors. I just went from the ice sector to the water sector just now. And that's why there's all that water in this area. Also, fish plus fish equals bonefish, I guess. Now, it sure would be nice if the red doors were open, because then I could just leave, but the red doors are not open, so I can't get back to where I was before. Sorry, Beatles, whoever wrote that song, I can't get back to where I went before. Dang it. So here, this area is not destructible, but this block up here you can destroy with Speed Boost, so I think a diagonal Speed Boost is really the best choice here, but it's kind of hard to manage. Ah, nope. You have to deal with that. This is where the game really forces you to learn that distinction between like regular jumping and Speed Boost, between up jumping and somersaulting. Also, the only problem there was that I didn't push right when I was doing the second jump. There we go. Anyway. So here's the real Aqua. In case it was... Yeah, this area is really like an aquarium. It's all underwater, except this save room. I opened the hatch into the save room. The save room doesn't have water in it. It's kind of weird. I mean, I guess that's like an airlock thing, so there's water in it, but not enough or something. Maybe it drained the water in the middle and they just are sparing the trouble of seeing it. Anyway, here's where you can just go back and get a power bomb from this spot, because you just have to know that that's there, but it gives you the opportunity to see that that's there. Anyway, the game really delights in giving you powerful new abilities like Ice Missile, Power Bomb, Super Plasma Missiles, and then letting you feel powerful very briefly, fighting enemies that were a pain before just dumping you and trapping you in a place with even tougher enemies that are hard, that won't die to that stuff anymore. Like, these things can survive the power bomb. Your best bet is really just to shoot them with ice missiles and hopefully leave you alone afterward. Does EP even have any concept of bosses in it? I mean, I don't know because I haven't really played it, but the concept of an actual boss fight is a little bit strange for Drawn. All the same, I tried to go for it with First Awakening, and I feel like I did a reasonably good job. It's very suspicious, or it should be, that enemies can be in that area up there, and the truth is that you can be in that area up there too. And you have to, because there's a red door over here that doesn't show up on the map for some reason. Oh, cool. So yeah, there's this kind of... So these enemies are a pain. They are only vulnerable in one spot unless you pierce them. Okay. I think I'm better off just letting these guys be. Huh. Here's the other side of that red door. And here's another red door that I can't pass through. But there is also a passage right here. I think this is entirely a cheesy recharge room. Yeah, you can recharge. You can also just let one of the X's live and it can go and turn into that gold enemy back there. And the gold enemy always drops a red X, which would be good because that gives you even more healing. And for some reason that hatch is just locked. I don't know why that is, but... Because I know there's not a boss beyond that particular hatch, but... Here's a little bomb maze where you're supposed to figure out where you go. I guess calling something a nightmare is like a good intimidation tactic if you want your enemies to be scared of it. But, like, if you're gonna rely on the name as your intimidation tactic, then you don't really even need it to be a tough enemy at all. Oh, how do I get through this? This is not a particularly easy maze either. You just have to know where it wants you to go, more or less. I think the right is the correct way to start, though, since the left clearly trapped me. There's just somewhere where you can fall and it's not clear that you can, or something like that. Oh, here it is. Here's the passage that it trolls you with. So even when you have the power bomb, the game really delights in making things hard to figure out by having little invisible passages. Here we are in the security room. The computer never told us to open the red security doors, but we're basically trapped unless we do so. So here we go. Now, I'm pretty sure that the hatch over on the right is open. Could be wrong, but I think so. No, it's not open. Okay, never mind. But I am going to demonstrate what I mean about the golden. So we'll just let the X congregate over there, and then they'll turn into a couple of gold guys over there. And they're immune to Power Bomb. But one missile will do them. Okay, I don't know. Oh, that's the puzzle. Wow, I completely forgot about this. So you have to make the gold things appear, and then kill them, and then this door opens. And you can come into this room where there is an item. It's an energy tank, which I'm very happy to see. The more energy tanks I have, the better, the less of a pain the final penultimate boss will be to survive. Because the penultimate boss is basically tank the boss. I mean, not that... Sure, the boss is a tank, but it's more like the most optimal strategy for fighting it seems to just be have a lot of energy and to be able to tank it. Because it's really good at hurting you. And the final boss is kind of more cinematic than it is boss-like. I mean, it has boss qualities, I guess. It is kind of tough, but, you know, it's not exactly the same. Let's see, can I go anywhere from this tower? Yes, there's a way down. And as soon as you go down, like 17 enemies appear in your way, back. But they're all vulnerable to power bombs, so whatever. Well, okay, the pirate might not be, but everything else was. I guess that guy got caught in one of my earlier power bombs. Those things take so many hits. They're just usually not worth fighting at all. Is there a way to go over here? I don't think so. So onward through the Red Door Road. So here's our first, well, not our first, but here's this thing. It grows, it puffs up if you get close, it shrinks if you go far away. The idea is you're supposed to freeze it to be able to go past it. But in this case, that guy is going backwards, so I don't want to go that way. This is the first instance where you really want to freeze him to go forward. Or I guess I could have not taken the roundabout way to that guy, I did. Anyway. Hang on a second. Isn't there a way down here? Oh yeah, that's right. I need to be fast to go through there. So I need to come over this way. And then go to the left with Speed Booster. And there's just barely enough to be able to go through here. Come down this way. Speed Booster again. And you can go up that way, but I'm going to go this way. You can choose to jump on those enemies. This is kind of suspicious right here. You can't really hit those with your missiles, so how are you supposed to hit that? But, I don't think... Let's see, I think I want to go up here. Yeah, that's right. You need to speed boost to get to that power bomb. So I need to clear out these guys again. Yeah, you know what, that's fine. There we go. Maybe this will be okay. There's no enemies on the walkway, so you should just be able to walk by them. Up this way. That speed booster blocks, and you can get a power bomb tank this way. Okay. Here, some of the puffer fish appear, but I already have space jump, so what's the point? Ah! I guess this is the point. It makes it easier to make this jump. Anyway, that room that I was in earlier, back, it won't let me pause when a power bomb is active. This room back here, right here, I couldn't get through it earlier because there were those puffer fish and there was no way to shoot an ice missile from them. You see, you can't actually hit them with an ice missile unless they're already puffed up. So how do I deal with that? Well, hey look, there's this data room here we've never been to before, and it's active, so what happens if I use it? Diffusion added to missiles. Charge with R, fire with B. So this is a brand new ability the game gives you for missiles. And there's what it does. It's like a kind of ice bomb almost, but you shoot it as a missile. And now that I can do that, the diffusion missile actually also destroys missile blocks, so I can use it in this room to hit those blocks I couldn't destroy before. And that leads us to this passage, this right here, and we can go over this way. Yet another secret passage to knock. But unfortunately, we need another way to open that. We need another way to open those blocks. But just for the record, there is a secret passage from Aqua to knock, which is interesting because I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's any way to look at it, but I'm pretty sure that that's actually going like across where the middle elevator is or something. I don't know. All 6 of these sectors actually exist on the loop. It looks like a 2D plane, but actually they exist on like this 3-dimensional loop. So you can run you can basically, if you know where the secret passages are, go all the way around to all of them from this place you started, which is kind of interesting. So here's where I couldn't go up before because of diffusion missiles, because I needed a diffusion missile. This room exists, and there's an item in it somewhere. There it is. Just imagine, if I hadn't activated the pump before, this room would probably, all of this water would probably be electrified still. That'd be an issue. Anyway. So I could go back to navigation right now, but there's some unfinished business over here. How do I get down there? Oh, that's right. You get down there from over this side. I just forgot. I needed power bomb in order to open this up. Now I haven't, so I can have a power bomb tank. Oh, come on, get up there. There's at least one more. There's an item I missed up here that I'm sure I can get back to with my space jump, so let's go after that. So hey, the power bomb will help me figure out what I missed here. You can shoot missiles right here. You go over here, come down, and that missile tank is just right over here. Very simple. Could have done this before, but didn't see it. And, I could have sworn there was somewhere I really needed a gravity suit to use Speed Booster around here, but I guess not. Anyway, now that I can space jump, I can just go up here and do what I want. Not have to Speed Booster this thing. But yeah. So this game does a kind of a nice job of forcing you to do things that you've not been quote-unquote authorized to do. You just have to guess based on what you've seen before that you're supposed to go use the data room. And it's obvious that you're supposed to use the security room because you literally can't leave the room once you get to it. And the game won't let you, there's stuff in the way of going anywhere else at that point. So now that I've been funneled into being forced to do those things, I get berated for it. You upgraded your missiles? That's unusual. There was no word from HQ. A procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I did not approve of bypassing security level 4. From now on, you will use more discretion. What do you mean, use more discretion? I had no other way out. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6, Nock. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do. Yeah, destroy it. Is your objective clear? Yes. So hey, I could have gotten to Nock earlier, except that I was missing whatever that ability was that those walls required me to destroy them with. Yeah, okay, Nock's just going over this way. Nocturnal, because this is where all the it's dark here, and nocturnal creatures walk here. That's what it stands for. The security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. But we have another problem. Once you're done, leave Nock immediately. The SA-X is tracking you. Is your objective clear? Don't stay longer than you must. Understood? So the story is that Samus is choosing to do things, or at least the AI from the ship pretends that that's so, but the player knows very well that Samus is basically just being forced to do things like open the level 4 security lock by the circumstances. It's kind of strange in a way. It makes you feel like the way that a hero would feel in this situation, where you were just backed into a corner and forced to do something, but then your CEO is like, how dare you do that thing? And Samus doesn't talk back for some reason. I guess just because she figures it's not worth it to a robot to talk back to a robot. I could have gotten this missile tank ages ago, but I didn't. So see, Nock is dark. It's totally dark here because I have a little light ball. Like, they never really put in a darkness mechanic, so to speak, in this game where you just can't see, but they do, like, have darkness in the game for aesthetic reasons. There are just areas where it's supposed to be dark atmospherically, so you get this circle of light around Samus, and you can still see everything in the room, but canonically it's dark. I don't know, I guess there are probably... Like, why would you not build night vision into the visor of this suit by this point, you know? If it wasn't already built in to begin with. Anyway, so there's this totally unsuspicious room that you couldn't go through before. But now there's power bombs there I could hit with power bombs. So let's see what happens. What I don't understand is how exactly a robot got stronger. I mean, did the X have like a scientist X rebuild it or something? Because spoilers, it doesn't look any different. It looks just as damaged as it was before, but somehow it's stronger now. So isn't this room awfully suspicious? It's kind of weird that this room exists right now. Also, I just went down a one-way passage again, so you know what that means. Here's a place where I clearly can't get to the item, even though it looks like there should be some way to get to it. And it's like, whoa, how do I get to that item? Anyway. And then there's these things. These things are annoying to deal with, because even when you kill them, they still counter. Also suspicious is the presence of a save room. S stands for boss. Here's a place with a security level 4 security lock. Here's a camera. And here's a door.
No entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
So this is kind of clever.
Warning, no
Because,
entry without authorization.
you know, you're hunting a security robot.
Warning,
So,
no entry
what
without
better way to
authorization.
attract a security robot than to violate security
Warning,
protocols?
no entry without authorization.
I think maybe that no entry is
Warning,
bugged or something.
no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
I mean, I'm already way far away from the place where I'm not supposed to be
Warning,
entering
no
without
entry
authorization,
without
but
authorization.
the voice is still playing. It's like caught in some kind of loop. Anyway, here's the security robot. Now he's electrified the water, so it's a good thing that there's this track now. So by get stronger, they just mean that he's electrifying the water because he's damaged, and that he's shooting missiles now instead of fireballs. So this fight is basically the same as before, except that now he can jump high enough to hit you off your ladder if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he shoots missiles instead of the fireball thing. Oh, and the floor is electrified, so there's that. I mean, you have to know to try the power bomb to even get this ladder, which, if you don't know that, I don't know how you survive this guy. Like, my first time fighting this boss, it's really okay to generally shoot from directly above him, but for this time, you really don't want to be directly above him because he'll jump at you, missiles will shoot directly onto you. You really want to try and hit him at a diagonal, but that's tough. It is not easy to hit him from a diagonal. Oh, also, the robot's gone, and now the brain turns into an X. And this is the second IX that's a proper boss beforehand. Just imagine if we could have broken the security robot earlier, then we could have had Wave Beam ages ago. Oh, spoilers, this is Wave Beam. Oh, come on. The eye was there, he still didn't take damage from it. Okay. Wave Beam recovered. Beam now penetrates walls. So that means that I can do this and it'll go right through the wall.
Warning,
Which is
no
great
entry
because
without authorization.
I can do that. These one-way doors are no longer one-way doors for
without
me.
authorization.
Also, that noise is still playing. Well, okay.
Warning, no entry without
I think maybe this is pretty clever as well, because we've learned that basically that voice starts playing when somebody goes to the door. So I went to the door earlier, and it started playing that noise, and then it stopped when the security robot reached me. And now it started again, which means that maybe somebody else went over there.
entry
So I should go check that out. Or rather, I have no choice but to go check that out because, again, one-way passage I fell through. So, let's go see why there's no entry without authorization. Restricted zone.
No entry without authorization.
Yeah, there's a save point here, but there's no real point to saving.
No entry without authorization.
And...
Warning. No entry.
Metroids! Metroids everywhere! Well, not exactly, but close to the only appearance of Metroids in the game. Also, these I'm sure were very meaningful to people who played Metroid 2. They're meaningful to me now, but... I don't think so. Restricted zone. I mean, restricted zone is kind of a general name for things, you know? Anyway, so we come back, and that sounds bad. Somebody's destroying things. I wonder who it could be. It's the Saix! The Metroids go and attack it and start eating it. Uh-oh. This place is gonna get destroyed, and there's Metroids in the way. But they don't do the Metroid thing that Metroids in literally every other Metroid game do. They just act as obstacles to your jump, which is a bit of a problem. So anyway, that's the second time section of the game. It's like 1 minute long, and it's very easy to get away from. And then that place has its own auto-destruct explosives, too. So here's a navigation room. Oh, by the way, where I just was, I swear there's... No, maybe not. I don't know. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that, says Ben. You ignored your orders. I didn't ignore my orders, I went the only way that I could go. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. ... As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only, of course. That's what they all say. You made a nightmare creature! You have a security robot with missiles and firebombs here. But perhaps you already knew of this program's existence. Certainly you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1. SRX, a faithful replica of the SR-388 ecosystem. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids. This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating an Omega Metroid, an Omega from a larval Metroid in days. But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the Saix is on its way here. One? Are you saying there is more than one Saix? Don't be so surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduce by asexual division. Now hold on. What about the technological parts? Like, the power suit is part kind of, I guess it's bioorganics in nature, but it has machine parts to it. How do the Saix replicate machine parts? Oh well. Because of this mechanism, there are now no fewer than 10 Saix aboard the station. Dots. Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay too long, the Saix will destroy you. Stop only at a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Is your objective clear? Now get going. So I'm pretty sure this is the part of the game where you're supposed to be forced to do something, but you can use some really clever shine sparking to get away with not doing that thing. And the developers know you can do that, because if you do manage to do that and reach a navigation room without doing the thing you have to do, then it plays a special message for you. The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer. I don't know about that. Anyway, we are back in Sector 1, but a part of Sector 1 we've never been to before. for, as usual. I don't know, maybe I already passed the part where you can be clever and use Shine Sparkling to get things and not doing something you're supposed to have to do. I don't really remember for sure. Okay, where's the item here? Oh, there it is. And let's just diffusion missile that. It's the only way to destroy two of those, or one of those things. So hey, energy tank, guess what that means? Oh, also, by the way, diffusion missiles are more powerful than normal missiles, than normal ice missiles, which is really nice. Pardon me. Sneezes. I never sneeze just one time. I always sneeze at least twice. It's kind of weird. So I'm pretty sure you can missile that. There's that way I can go, and there's this way I can't really go. I think there's a way up here, but there's a ladder over there, but let's go ahead and check out what's in this room. What could this be about? Oh, here's something I can't do yet. What do you know? Probably don't even need power bombs for this ladder, but you know. Yay, diffusion missile is powerful enough to kill these darn space pirates in just one shot. So, yeah, these guys turn into a gold guy. The gold guy turns into another gold guy. And you have to do this because there's a door over here that won't open unless you kill two gold guys. Gold guy is immune to everything except for a charged wave, a charged up, fully charged wave, which thankfully can also be a cheesy screw attack, but you know. Anyway, that room just exists, I guess. What's this about? This room, you can make another gold guy appear if you want. I don't remember why you want a gold guy to appear and then he makes threats. Oh yeah, you have to hit him in the back, that's what it is. Even to wave beam, he's immune unless you shoot him in the back. It's kind of weird. There sure are a lot of turtles in this room. Let's just freeze them all, shall we? And here's an IX, which, in addition to the existence of a save room and an energy tank, basically guarantees a boss. But what boss remains? Gee, I wonder. Here's Ridley. Here's Ridley. Ridley is a heck of a boss. He's just a big damage sponge, and he hurts all the time. He's doing things that hurt you all the time, and the only way to beat him is to just keep doing things that hurt him all the time, too. So that's why I'm shooting missiles like crazy right now, because that's the way you hurt him. I mean, you could try harder to dodge his attacks, but that just reduces the amount of time that you're dealing damage to him, and it's just not worth it. When he has you in his hands, it's real easy to shoot him, turn him even more rare. This is my Ridley strategy for basically every Ridley I ever fight. Yeah, he really doesn't make pleasant sounds either. Alright, Ridley is an X. A dead X now. So as a bonus of having the diffusion missile, the fact that I'm keeping the R button held because I need to hit this thing with a missile anyway, means that I'm making the charge noise still, which is real great. Okay. And I beat Ridley and got Screw Attack. That diffusion missile animation is kind of interesting. It's showing the animation charge up and then back down again, because it was stuck in, like, not actually charging state. I've seen speedrunners do the pacifist version of this room, where you just actively... Like, the whole point of this room is, hey, look what you can kill with your shiny new ability to Screw Attack. But you can also... It's possible to Screw Attack your way through this room and not kill a single turtle. They call that the pacifist run in that room. It's kind of funny, I think. So yeah, here's the other save room. There was already a save room for Ridley, and here's the other one that's right next to Ridley. It's like the game is awfully generous with save rooms at this point. Oh, see you. Here we need to make a gold guy and kill him, but I have Screw Attack now, so it's not as big a deal. There's not that much left of the game, so I'm considering just beating it. I'm not sure. I mean, you know, it's not really anything else I need to be doing right now, and if I beat the game if I beat I just fell down a place I didn't know existed. Oh, this is the enemy shifting room. So, I need to kill this guy. Not absorb him, so he'll go turn into another enemy. Kill that, so it turns into another enemy. And then Screw Attack that last enemy to open the door. And that's the puzzle to get this power bomb. I mean, unless I decided to go try and clean up to 100%, which I'm probably not going to do, there really isn't much left of the game, so I'm sort of inclined to go ahead and beat it. And that way, the next time that I stream for this thing, I'd be able to move on to a different game, which seems like a good idea in some ways. I mean, you know, even, what's the word I'm looking for? I have no idea what I was trying to say, actually, so whatever. It's not going to be very typical for me to be able to beat one of these several games I'm planning to play in 2 sessions, but Metroid Fusion, and I guess probably Zero Mission might be those games that I can do that in. Because they're not too terrifically long, especially with how much knowledge and experience I have with them in some ways. I'm not claiming to be good at them, I'm just claiming to have a lot of experience, which I think is fair to say. There's a lot of stuff here that I would have been a lot slower at if I've never played the game before. I don't think I'm fast enough in this game to have gotten any special commendations for being fast. Oh, by the way, Gravity Suit makes you immune to lava. Yet another thing the game doesn't directly tell you, you just have to experiment and guess. Even if I went hunting for all the items, it's a lot of trouble to get some of them without the ability to just go wherever you want that you don't get until... Oh, by the way, here's something that somebody who's played Metroid 2 would probably recognize as a Metroid shell that they come out of when they evolve. Anyway, there's somewhere I can go this way. So let's go check that out. It all kind of ends where it began in some ways. At the very end of the game, you wind up back in Sector 1. And then you go back to the introductory part of the game, the main area that you started in the first place. I think there's still more to this area, but I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Well, anyway. Alright. Time to face the computer now. Well, after a recharge, at least. So 3 tanks past first, 3 tanks in the second row. I think that might be enough energy to survive the final boss. Hope so. Alright, now cutscene time. Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest to the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are? How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and the Sa-X. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It's not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here. The station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the Sa-X, of course. Are you serious? Do they really think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the Sa-X. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the Sa-X. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the diffusion missile upgrade because they didn't want you to grow too powerful. But they had already sent it and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel this mission. Open a channel to HQ. I won't let this happen. They are already on their way. Fools. As soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then they'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end. The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. The station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Then the station and myself if I have to. And the doors are still locked. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. Open the hatch! I have been ordered to confine you until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Music stops dramatically. Adam. Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? He would know that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. He'd know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die? He would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. So he chose life for you, our fair warrior, Samus Aran. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you? How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating this station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites, even though the station would be utterly destroyed. You would only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore this simple fact and choose death? When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. What? If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruction detonation. Question mark? You would have to start the propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's... adjust the station's orbit path to intercept SR-388. Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady? So, yeah. It's the ship she named Adam turned into Adam somehow. That's a cool thing. And it's totally on board with Operation Destroy the X, even though HQ was not. Kind of a nice twist. It's nice when the AI decides to act independently, but it's acting on your side for once. That's pretty unusual, I'd say. So at this point, I think I could have gone down to some of the sectors to collect items, but I don't feel like it. I'd rather just finish the game. This is not one of those games where getting 100% is necessary for the good ending or anything. I would like to at least show off the quick run over there, so let's try that again. I just wasn't quick enough on the trigger to destroy that. But yeah, check that out. There is just one more item that I'm going to claim. So here we are, back where it all began. The operations deck was the very first place we went to, with that data room that's there. That got sealed off right quick, and then we could never go there again. Remember this thing? We could never get past it before. The last time we were able to be anywhere near here, we still didn't have power bombs, and then the power was out. And even after all that trouble, it's still a pain. It's still going to troll you with not able to fall down right here to get to it. You have to instead go around a different way. There's a different passage up here that goes way around and over to the power bomb. This power bomb just teases you the whole game. How do I get there? When can I get there? Only at the end of the game. But yeah, power bombs are not particularly useful for anything. Having a lot of them is not really good at all. It doesn't really help you at all. I think if you go down the elevators to these sectors, now that I think of it, I'm pretty sure that if you do that, the hatches are just closed anyway. Like your last opportunity to actually pick up things was before you went to see that cutscene I just saw, and the only way to get to other sectors is with those secret shortcuts between sectors. It's a huge pain to get everywhere that way. Here's the place I just never explored for some reason. Anyway, the elevator to the operations deck was taken offline way ages ago, but now it's fixed, I guess. It's finally fixed, and we can go activate self-destruct. And the third and final timed sequence of the game. I'm sure nothing will go wrong when I go do this, though. The door just locked behind me, by the way. I'm sure that's good. I saved earlier. It should be fine if I don't save. Oh, hey. All the doors are locked, and here's the Saw X. Well, here's a Saw X, anyway. So, the Saw X. It likes to screw attack you, and you'll both take damage whenever it does that. It likes to shoot ice beams at you, which hurt like heck, even in the gravity suit. You can freeze it, but that's not helpful. It doesn't deal damage. The only way to hurt it is with fully charged beam shot. And it isn't hurt by them while it's busy screw attacking. This thing is just a nightmare and a half to fight. And it has 3 phases. Because of course it does. Why would it not have 3 phases? Phase 1 is this horror of trying not to get screw attack bonked, trying not to get ice shot. The phase 2, it does this. It does this. This is the Saw X's true form, and it's still only vulnerable to a fully charged shot. And then it melts after you hit it enough. And then it's an IX, because of course it is. An IX that shoots the ice beam at you. The most damaging beam that it could possibly be shooting at you. This thing is very hard to kill your first time around. Just look how much damage I took. Yeah, that's what the Saw X really looks like, I guess. Oh, also it runs away. It's the only X with the intelligence to just run away after you get rid of its shell. All the other X just sit there and let you take them, but that one's like, nope, bye. Yeah, the Saw X fled. So here we are in the Ops room.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination, planet SR-388.
Yep. That's a great system. Anyway, orbit change implemented, 3 minutes to impact. Away we go! Gotta go. 3 minutes. I'm sure we won't have any trouble getting to our ship in those 3 minutes whatsoever. There totally won't be anything in the way. Yeah, anyway. Also, the escape sequence music from basically every Metroid game, I guess. Yeah, I don't need to talk to the navigation room guy. I don't even think the recharge rooms work now. The save rooms definitely don't work. They don't want you to save in the middle of a timed sequence. That's just crazy. You can screw attack through these blocks, which makes it much easier to fall. Uh-oh, this place looks destroyed. I wonder what destroyed it. Could it be... My ship is gone, and there's a giant eggshell. It's this guy. My missiles do nothing. And I'm down to 1 HP. I mean, this is right after Super Metroid. They really wanted a sequence like the Super Metroid one, but kind of different. So this is sort of the inverse. Now, here's the Saw X I beat up before. It doesn't like this guy either. It gets attacked, and now it decides to stick around. We know that it's capable of running away, but it's decided not to, because it knows it wants me to destroy this thing. It's like, well, that X dislikes that other... It's like, that Metroid dislikes the other Metroid, so... Yeah, by the way, you get stunned anytime that this guy claws you, which is really bad because you're on a timer. Also, my suit's red again, because I guess absorbing the Saw X completely turned me back to normal, which is pretty cool, I guess. You know, space magic. It negated the X, it negated the Metroid stuff, and biomechanics my existence back into normal. Come on. Ah, I didn't do it. Well, that's great. And guess what? I saved before fighting the Saw X, so we get to go do that again. Yeah, okay, the final boss isn't that easy. I did almost have him, though. You could see how red he was. Oh well. This is why you want to have a lot of energy for the end game, because that guy just hits like a truck. So yeah, the Saw X just sort of mutates into a giant space monster creature. Which I guess means that all of its components are organic, even though it looks like it has machine parts from being, you know, Samus' suit-like. Oh, come on, stop screw attacking and land. Ah, we mutually shot each other there. This feels like a what's it called? You know that thing where two people, gunslingers, try to shoot at each other. One of them says draw, and then they both try to shoot at each other. It feels like one of those, a little bit. Alright, time for Monster Saw X again. I'm actually doing even better health-wise. I just love this transformation, like the stomach turns into the mouth. It still has it like a cannon on its arm over there. On its right arm, it's like a cannon thing, or I guess it's left arm. It has all these weapon parts on it attached to its arm, like. It's cool, is all I'm saying. Ah, too early. You know, the timing is tough. Come on. Alright, and then Saw X runs away again. Oh, I have to try to get it. And then it runs away. And then I can leave. sure. The game doesn't want you to miss out on that sweet Saw X running away action.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination, planet SR 388.
Away we go.
Propulsion sequence activated.
Let's see if I can avoid dying to the Metroid this time. So it's like, surprise, the final boss of this game is a Metroid! Even though it seemed like there were no Metroids, there's a Metroid. And it happens during the timed escape sequence. It's like a perfect storm of the game trolling you one last time. Yeah, screw attack right through those platforms. This area is designed to be annoying to get through quickly. And now this guy. You basically want him to claw attack you as soon as possible, because that immediately takes you to 1 health, and then you can have the cutscene happen. There we go. Also, it's playing the kind of horror event theme right now. I like how kind of the ultimate form of the X in some ways resembles this ultimate form of the Metroid. It's nice to imagine like those two fighting some kind of kaiju battle or something. Anyway. Oh hey! You can actually look around while you're frozen like that. Anyway. I'm pretty sure only a charged shot will knock him back. Or maybe it's just like you have to deal enough damage for him to back away. Something like that. Okay, well, great. He hit me while I was stunned. It's so hard to get away from his attack. You just have to deal enough damage quickly enough to not die. I don't know how 0% runners manage this. Anyway, now it's dead. And it's the only enemy in this entire game that doesn't drop an X, because it's a Metroid, so obviously it can't be X. The Metroids eat the X, so... Anyway, now we beat the game. That was like less than 20 minutes ago that I was saying, oh, I don't think there's much less to the game, much more to the game. I was right. Because, you know. Alright. We beat the Metroid. That perfect military mind, the wisdom of Adam Malkovich, continued to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers. My incredible reunion with Adam may have saved the universe. So, yeah, that's interesting. Imagine becoming president and being told, okay, Mr. President, please upload your brain so we can use it as a backup for, like, artificial intelligences and stuff. But how will the beings of the universe you are resolved? I doubt they will understand what we did, the danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry. One of them will understand. One of them must. I've reflected upon his words, so does that mean that they're actually going to give the computer a trial too? And I see the wisdom in it. We are all bound by our experiences. They are the limits of our consciousness. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but sure. Just one detail still bothers me. This ship can only be started manually. Yet, before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hand? Hands? Is it possible? Adam? Lady, what's troubling you? I love how the map shows an explosion behind us. Such an accurate map. You wonder how I started the ship. Just think about it. They lent me a hand. They being the Edakuns and Decoras. So I guess the ship just sort of told them how to pilot itself. The AI told them how to pilot the ship. Yes, it will tell me what percent I got, sorry. This is credits though. Is there a fast forward button on this emulator? Just a second. How do I... Okay, I'm just wasting time at this point. Maybe... remote access. What? I guess there's no way to fast forward in this emulator. It's kind of disappointing. Oh well. I guess we'll just sit through the credits. So, this was basically my first experience with Metroid and with the whole concept of Metroidvania. I think my second was Metroid Zero Mission, which I asked my parents to get me because I liked this game so much. But just for variety's sake, I'm thinking of next playing the other GBA, the other side of Metroidvania, of early Metroidvanias, which is Castlevania. And the first of those that I played was Aria of Sorrow, also for the GBA. So I'll try and make sure that it works well on whatever emulator I'm using before I start to avert the disaster of last week. I might do it this week, I'm not sure yet. Just since I'm not doing Alphabet Stream and I'm gonna have a lot of free time this week anyway, seems like it might be a fun thing to do. But yeah, so in a lot of ways this really isn't a conventional Metroidvania. It does a lot of locking you in and forcing you to go a particular direction, or trapping you in places. And that's kind of not, like, you know, the standard Metroidvania formula is just to open things up more and more. But this does kind of the opposite, which is kind of strange, because this introduced me to the whole idea, and yet it's very against the idea, if that makes any sense. When is your work? Do you work in midnight? I think it's like, what, past midnight by now over there? Yeah, all rights reserved. It should be in the public domain by now, in my opinion, but it's not. Anyway, let's see how I did. I bet I got nothing but a suit. Still the suit. Yeah. Just the helmet comes off, because I didn't do very well. These... okay. 62% and 241 in the in-game timer. Which, that's a lot less long than I remember playing the game, but sure. 241, 62%. I guess there must have been like a lot of time eaten by me reading out the cutscenes aloud. So yeah, pictures like this one, very tough. You have to do a really good job at the game to get the other pictures. And that was a thing back then, although these days you can just look them up. But now that I've beaten the game, you see this Metroid symbol. That means that if I want to, I could go back to all the sectors and get all the rest of the stuff, but I'm not going to bother with doing that. That's okay to do personally on my own, but there's not that much to talk about. I will say Metroid Fusion is home to the nastiest, hardest, most punishing Shine Spark puzzles in the whole series, as far as I can recall. Just really tough ones. There's one where you have to like go up, all the way up, Shine Sparking and running the entire way and ducking perfectly 5 or 6 times in a row, and then you can finally get to the item. It's tough. But anyway, for now, this has been fun. Thank you for watching. And possibly join me next time. I don't know. If you want, anyway. I'll announce it whenever I'm doing it if I do. Oh.